Good morning, everybody. As that presentation is coming up, my name is Glenn Hilton, and I am the Director of Programs for PATH here in San Diego. Also on the call with me today are our Regional Director, Hanan Scrapper, our Program Manager for our Interim Program, and which is Katie Kaufman, and our Recruiter, Amber Anderson. So if you attend any of the breakouts, you could be meeting with any of us. So that presentation should be coming up here in just a moment, but as it's coming up, I will just kind of give you a high level. PATH's mission is to end homelessness for individuals, for families, and for communities. And so PATH is an acronym for People Assisting the Homeless. We provide services to our community to help individuals who are experiencing homelessness or at risk of homelessness to be able to exit street homelessness and or shelters and move towards permanent sustainable housing. So our goal there is both to get them into housing, but also to help set them up for permanent success so that once they're in housing, they don't return to homelessness. Do we have the presentation coming up soon?
1 second, I'm having a bit of technical difficulty. It's about fine. 20 more seconds and it will be there.
Would you prefer I wait or keep going? Keep going, you got it. So we have a variety of types of programs within PATH, and we utilize peer roles throughout our organization pretty generously. Our outreach programs, I think we'll get to that here in just a second. I just want to make sure I didn't leave out any important information on the overview slide. There we go. I think I pretty much hit that. So, well, the populations that we serve do include individuals, families, and veterans. San Diego has largest veteran homelessness community in the country at this point in time, and so we are utilizing the resources that are available out there for us to try to address veteran homelessness, as you'll see in a lot of our programs. Okay, we can go forward to the next one. PATH's outreach teams are teams that work throughout the region, currently throughout all of San Diego City, as well as some of the areas in East County, and working to expand those services throughout the county. What we do is to go to areas that are identified as homeless hotspots where we know a lot of individuals experience street homelessness. We engage with individuals, veterans, and families that are living there. We build rapport with them and really build those deep relationships so that they can learn to trust the system and to trust our outreach teams, so that we can work with them to address, first of all, to try to find solutions for immediate housing for them, and then to also help work towards engaging them in other long-term services to get them permanently housed and provide additional supports. And our housing navigation services include trying to find permanent homes for individual, whereas the outreach is more short-term, trying to get them off the streets and into some form of shelter. Our navigation services are seeking to try to provide permanent homes for individuals, families, and veterans. Along with those navigation services come a lot of care coordination services as well, where we're actually addressing some of the other factors that impact homelessness and that homeless impacts, such as health, mental health, and substance use as well. And a couple of our current openings. we actually have a few openings on our interim housing program. We have case manager positions, several of them currently available. So our interim housing is a shelter, but it is not an emergency shelter that someone comes in and has to reapply to be back in the next day. It is intended to house someone while we seek permanent housing for them. Our goal is to exit all of our residents into permanent housing. The case manager is the key person who worked with that individual client, who addresses their barriers. It is a housing first program. All of our programs are housing first, which means we put no preconditions on individuals prior to helping them address housing needs. And so the case manager here would work with them to provide case management in our shelter, would help address their health needs, any other social needs that are getting in the way of housing for them and that would jeopardize their housing once they're permanently housed. This is a really great first experience for individuals that want to get into the field of working with homelessness, because you're basically working in their temporary home. Getting to work with them, see them day after day, and really build deep rapport with the clients. The housing experience focuses on building skills, reducing behavioral health concerns, functional barriers, and strengthening linkages to social services so that clients can begin to care for themselves and address some of their regular needs. We're actually moving away from the language of referring to them as residents, because we want them to see this as a temporary home rather than a permanent home. Our goal is to get them, this is in a congregate setting where individuals reside. Right now we have 66 residents in our shelter available, and our normal capacity when we're not dealing with a pandemic is 134 individuals. We also just recently opened a homelessness response center down in East Village, which is right near the transit center, actually. The goal of the homelessness response center is to provide linkages so that people who are matched to housing can kind of expedite that process and get into housing quickly. So the system navigator is a key player in kind of working with all of the programs that individual is attached to help make sure that we remove any barriers and resolve their housing needs as quickly as we possibly can. And of course, also addressing any stabilization needs as well. And you see a little bit of information there about our path, bpath.org. I look forward to visiting with some of you and getting to know a little bit more about you a little bit later on.
Thank you so much. I'm going to stop sharing this presentation and I'll open the floor just a couple minutes here for questions before I bring up our next presenters. Any general questions we can ask? Yes, Miss Carissa, please.
Hi, Glenn. I had a question for just the qualifications. Would a bachelor's degree be required or would an associate's be fine?
For the position in that we have in interim, associates is adequate. For all of our peer roles, we also do, by the way, I forgot to mention, I just confirmed this morning, we do have 4 peer support positions also available within our whole person wellness program, which is a care coordination program throughout the city that deals with people experiencing medical, behavioral health, and substance use issues.
All right, thank you.
You bet.
Great question. Any other questions? Not at this time. Okay, they're saving all the tough and really great questions for those breakout rooms. So at this time, I will go ahead and invite Jorgen and Tatiana to the stage. I do see you present, but we haven't been able to connect via audio. Oh, perfect.
Yes, good morning, everybody. How are you?
We are fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. My name is Jorgen Gonzalez. I'm the branch manager for our San Diego office, representing two brands. I represent the Select Staffing brand as well as the Resource MFG brand. And what we do through those brands is we help people get a job in positions within logistics and or manufacturing. So there's a lot of different types of roles within that bubble. And we help people enter positions either in entry level, technical, or high level machinist positions. So I'm excited to see the type of students that would be interested in partnering with us and getting to work. I brought with me today Tatiana Jimenez, who's been a recruiter with our company for over 15 years. That can help answer questions that you all may have regarding the types, if you have any additional questions about the types of positions that we offer, also what the application and onboarding process may be like when going through Select or Resource MFG. To kind of give you more of an idea of the types of positions that we recruit for, they include anything from stockroom, picker packer positions, forklift driver positions. So those that can operate industrial trucks. We also offer office positions, clerical, administrative positions, supervisory positions within an office as well. Within the manufacturing realm, if you all may be familiar with electromechanical assembly positions, we staff those, CNC machinists, grinders, welders. So a lot of different types of positions that we can offer. So just to kind of give you an idea. Does anybody have any questions I can help answer? If there are no questions, we'll be more than happy and ready to go into breakouts. Do the breakout sessions when you're ready.
Okay, I think Sasha might have disconnected. So we'll go ahead and continue on. Thank you so much, Jorgen, for the presentation. And then we'll go on to the next presentation. I think that's Employee Bridge.
I think there are only two organizations, but
Okay.
I can say a couple of words. I know that Sasha wanted me to say something.
Go ahead, Jennifer. Thank you.
So thank you for everyone for being here. Thank you to our agencies and all the partners. My name is Jennifer Cosillo, and I am the Assistant Program Coordinator for PEER, which stands for Program for Engage Educational Resources. Sorry, I always mix up those two words. And I'm also the career coach, the professional development coach for our students. So any feedback that you have for me after the interviews would be greatly appreciated. I am trying my best to just figure out how to better prepare our students. So a little bit about PEER. It's a program in partnership with the San Diego Housing Commission to cultivate a generation of amazing human services and social work, human services workers that are interested in working in the homeless field or working with individuals experiencing housing insecurity or homelessness. So how we're providing this program is we offer a course solely on working in the homeless field. and it's called Human Services 75. Professor Makapugai teaches that course. And I will be teaching that course in the fall. So I'm looking forward to that. In addition to that, after we're training the students on what it's like to work in the field, then we are working with them to get jobs, volunteer in the field, internships, that sort of thing. We understand that there's a turnover rate in the homeless field, and we want to change that, and we want to train our students. So any feedback that you have for us, that would be greatly appreciated. I will be reaching out to you all for that. In addition, this is our first virtual fair. So as you can imagine, we're having some technical difficulties, and but thank goodness for technology that we are able to create this platform for our students. So we're hoping to have more job fairs in the future. So thank you for being here and for taking the time to interview our peer students. And I will turn the time over to Sasha.
Thank you so much. So at this time, I'm going to actually stop the recording. Make sure that there are no more questions. If